home Montgomery Field, the site of today's Father's Day matchup between the Green Giants of St. Clair out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and your Grand Lake Mariners. I'm Donovan Mann, your voice of the Grand Lake Mariners for 2018, ready to bring you game number 8 of the season for the Mariners. It's another hot one out here in Salina, Ohio, and the Mariners will be looking to keep the heat in the bats as well, coming off of a victory yesterday with a final score of 10-4 over these same St. Clair Green Giants. Everything was clicking for the Mariners. The lineup registered 11 hits, and everyone who took an appearance at the plate got on base one way or another. But a player whose bat was hotter than the sun was Evan Spry, who sat in the leadoff spot yesterday for the Mariners. He had 6 total appearances. All 6 times he reached. He was officially 4 for 4 with 3 singles and 2 RBI double as well. He'll be looking to carry that performance with him here today, as the Mariners will be looking to break back to 500 as they sit 3-4 currently, but they are 3-0 at home. The Green Giants will be looking to improve all over the roster. They struggled. The pitching struggled to find the strike zone. They only registered 3 strikeouts last night. They need to clean it up defensively, coming off of 3 errors. And it's a battle of 2 of the top teams in this Northern Division. Green Giants versus Mariners here on YouTube. I'll step aside, and when I come back, there will be national anthems, starting lineups, and the play-by-play. I'm Donovan Mann, and this is your Grand Lake Mariners live here on YouTube. Happy Father's Day to any fathers that might be listening to this broadcast. Go ahead and get you your starting lineup now. First, for the visiting Green Giants, it'll be Carter Mossey leading off, the left fielder. Rodrigo Dulac, the designated hitter, followed by Matthew Ornelia. In the cleanup spot will be the catcher, Matt Phipps. Gibson Krasminski, the third baseman, batting 5th. Batting 6th will be Harrison Jones. Brady Dorn, the shortstop, will be batting 7th. Batting 8th will be Mitchell Morales, the second baseman, and then center fielder in the 9-hole, David Cole. Starting on the mound for the Mariners today will be Bear Bellamy, the right-handed pitcher. Bellamy on the season had 3 innings pitched in 1 previous start, has a 3 ERA, 1 extra base hit allowed, struck out 4, walked first. He attends Wright State, and we will now hold for the national anthem.
With our wireless mic, and he will introduce today's singer of our national anthem. Will you please rise and remove your caps?
And there was the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem. A little bit more here on Bear Bellany, the starting pitcher for the Mariners from Wright State, is where he attends college. He'll be entering his final year there. He is from Tevias Valley, West Virginia. For Wright State this past season, had 16 appearances with 3 starts, a 2-2 record with 34 1/3 inning pitched, and an ERA of 7.34. He also struck out 25 batters. He attended Winfield High previously, and he was a team captain and MVP, All-State and All-City, and as well as All-League. As a senior, he posted a 1.78 ERA, 55 innings pitched with 92 strikeouts. He was also hitting .392 with 2 home runs and 40 RBIs. Also played basketball, from what I understand. Let's set now the defense behind Bellany. We'll first go out left to right field. It'll be Hayden Carton left field, Ryan Stacy in center field, and then in right field it'll be Jaron Lovely. Third baseman will be Von Acker getting the start here today. Chris Myers will be at shortstop. Justin Diaz, with a home run in the previous game, will be starting on second base. Starting on first base will be Evan Spry, and doing the catching today will be Tyson Hayes. Reminder on your lineup for the Green Giants, it'll be Mosey, DeLuck, Orneely, Phipps, Krasminski, Jones, Dorn, Morales, and Cole. Leadoff hitter Carter Mosey appeared in the previous game in a pinch hitting situation. He was 1 for 1 as he came up in the 9th, had a single. He replaced the center fielder in the previous inning coming up. That was Gianni Tomasi who started there. 1 for 1 though was Mosey at the plate yesterday. Mossy, a right-handed batting outfielder from Chenea, Wyomington's Ontario Junior College. On the year, he was hitting .261 coming into the season. For Ontario Junior College, he played 54 games, hitting .303 with 18 RBIs, 1 home run, and he had 23 stolen bases with an on-base percentage of .381. So his wheels work. In fact, he has 8 stolen bases on the season already. Coming into the right-hander's batter box will be Mossy, playing second base or left field, of course, here today. He'll be looking to try to get things off a little bit better than the Green Giants got, going 1-2-3 in the first inning yesterday. Here comes a delivery from Bellamy. This will be a strike called at the knee-high fastball. 0-1 the count. Bellamy will deliver the 0-1. This will be cracked off the bat. Right to shortstop Chris Myers, and there is 1 away. It was a solid hit ball, but it wasn't hit hard enough to get over Chris Myers. So down goes Mossy, and there will be now Roger DeLuck, the designated hitter. DeLuck, the designated hitter. In the previous game, he was 1 for 4. He swings and cuts on the first one, missing strike 1, 0-1. 1 for 4 yesterday, but his one hit was a 2-run shot in the 3rd to deep right. Drove 2 runs in, but that was basically all it was for the Green Giants yesterday. They had a home run in that inning. That was a solo shot as well. And then they managed to get on the board in the 9th, pick up right where the starting pitcher for the Mariners yesterday, Joshua Riggs, left off. In fact, Andrew Loudermilk, who replaced him, will be in the DH spot here today. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 will bring down DeLuck, the first strikeout of the game for Bellamy. That will now bring up Matthew Ornelia. Ornelia, the right fielder. 345 entering the season. This series will be the batting average. Vista, California native from Palomar College. He hits this one right to the third baseman, Van Acker, who will throw it over to Spry. And in order, the Green Giants will go on the 5-3 assisted ground out. We will now head to the bottom half of the first, where the Mariners started off the scoring yesterday. It's currently 0-0, and Miguel Cienfuego will be due up to pitch. We'll talk more about that coming back here. The Mariners are live here from Montgomery Field. This is Don the Man. Do not touch that dial. I'll be right back. So for the Green Giants, coming out onto the mound will be Miguel Cienfuegos, 1-0 on the year. Left-handed pitcher, standing at 6'4" from Laval, Quebec. He attends Northwestern Florida State. On the year, he has on the season he has a 2.70 ERA, 2 starts currently. This will be his third of the year. 10 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts to just 5 walks. For Northwest Florida State, he had 8 starts, going 3-0, 23 in the third inning pitched, 1.54 ERA, and 27 strikeouts. Here's your lineup now for the Mariners. It'll be Evan Spry, Jaron Lovely, Chris Myers, and the 3-hole Andrew Loudermilk, who finished out the game for the Mariners on the mound, will get the DH spot here in the cleanup spot. Ryan Stacy, center fielder. Then Justin Diaz hitting 6th. Batting 7th will be Hayden Cart. Catcher Tyson Hayes batting 8th. And then batting 9th will be Van Aker, the third baseman. Set the defense here now behind Miguel. It'll be Mossy out in left field, Cole in center field, Ornelia in right. On third base will be Krasminski. Dorn will be on the shortstop. Morales will be on second base. First base will be Jones. And then catching will be Matt Phipps. Evan Spry yesterday. We mentioned it in pregame. He had 6 appearances at the plate, and he reached all 6 times. His first 4 were the 4 official at-bats. He had 3 singles, a 2 RBI double with 2 outs in the inning. And then in the 7th inning, he reached on an error, and he was hit by a pitch in the 8th. He was 4 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs, had a great day, and he'll be looking to carry that heat now into this game as he steps into the left-handed batter box. Spry from Janesville, Wisconsin, tends Creighton, where he's a sophomore this coming year. Here comes the delivery to him. This one will be fouled straight back. Count goes to 0-1. Spry was hitting .214 coming into this series. He had 12 appearances with 5 starts for Creighton this past season. .238 batting average as here comes the delivery low. Ball 1, 1-1 now the count. Cienfuegos will be trying to keep Evan Spry from continuing his hot streak from yesterday. Here comes the delivery on the 1-2. Check swing. They'll appeal. Say he went around, so the count looks 1-2. Looked close to me. Didn't look like he went around actually to me, but they'll call he did. This will be swung on, popped straight down to the plate, and so the count remains at 1-2. I mean, to me, it really did not look like he went around on that one swing, but they say he did. And so here we go now. On the 1-2 delivery, this will be popped straight over to the first baseman, who cannot handle the pitch and will have to run and cannot beat Evan Spry to the base. So Evan Spry will reach base again. This time we'll call it on the error there. We'll rule that an E3 because that should have been a pretty routine play there. But the first baseman and Jones just could not handle the hit. He fumbled it, and then Evan Spry with some speed got down the line, beat the pitcher Cienfuegos to the bat, and so 7 straight appearances, and reaching is Evan Spry. Stepping in now will be Jaron Lovely, the right fielder. Looks at ball 1. Jaron Lovely has had all the starts in right field thus far. He was 1 for 5 yesterday with an RBI single back in the 7th. And he'll be looking to keep this inning going now with nobody out. A man on first in Evan Spry. This will be swung on, hit pretty well into left field. And running over to second base will be Spry. And so a single there now for Jaron Lovely. And Chris Myers will now step up. Shortstop. Yesterday, Chris Myers was 1 for 5. He attends the University of Toledo, by the way. He scored on an error yesterday after having an RBI single and a stolen base. Nobody on, 2 on now with nobody out. 1 hit for the Mariners. The showing bunt, pulling it back as it was high and inside, was Chris Myers. As I said, Myers did play at the University of Toledo this past year from Miamisburg, Ohio. For Toledo, he had 41 games with a hitting percentage of .278, 2 home runs, and 18 RBIs. He had a stretch as this one catches the outside of the plate there for strike one. 1-1 now to count. He had a stretch from which he reached home plate 21 straight games in a row. And college this past season. Check back here by Cienfuegos to second before he delivers the 1-1. This one will be low and gets away, so the runners will advance there on the pass ball. Runners now at second and third with nobody out, and Chris Myers with a chance to do some damage here on the 2-1 count. A base hit here, and a solid base hit to right field could almost guarantee you 2 runs scored. Chris Myers, by the way, also has a couple stolen bases to his name if he could get on base. He has only 1 RBI in the season thus far. As this one is missing again, ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Cienfuegos will have to deliver a perfect pitch or he will end up loading the bases here with nobody out. Cienfuegos checks in. He'll get his sign. The lefty will gather, and he will deliver the 3-1. This one just catches the plate to load up the count at 3-2. I tell you what, I talked to the people in the press box here, said by looking at the stats, you'd think Cienfuegos was actually statistically their best pitcher. 12 strikeouts, only walking 5 in 2 starts. He has a 2.70 ERA with 10 innings hits, or with 10 innings pitched. Myers will hit this one off his bat, and it'll go to the third baseman, and Krasminski, who will throw it over to Jones, throw him out on the 5-3. So there's now 1 away. Runners holding at second and third. Andrew Loudermilk now, he's a pitcher, will be stepping into the designated hitter spot. This is his first time appearing at the plate this season.
This is Logan Adams now, I think. It looks like Logan.
Now we're having a debate in the press box. The lineup said Loudermilk.
The lineup said Loudermilk.
I think that's what he looked at.
The lineup said Loudermilk.
So we will hold here as now.
Here, you saw it?
They could have changed it too.
There might have been a last-second change here. Now I'm hearing that this was actually Logan Adams, maybe. We'll catch and confirm. There's no numbers on the front of their jerseys. But perhaps... So whoever this is at bat, I can't see because there's no number on the front of their jersey. It's too far away to see his face. So we will say this is Logan Adams. He looks at ball 1 there. So actually, Logan Adams will be designated hitting today, which he yesterday looks here at strike 1, knee-high fastball. Logan Adams yesterday was 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch in the 6th inning. He walks in the 7th, and the bounces out in front, almost gets away there from the catcher in Phipps, but he will be able to keep it in front of him, and the runners will hold it second and third. And this was a last-minute change to the lineup. So, Logan Adams, one of the catchers for this team, will actually be doing the DHing. 2-1 the count here. Cienfuegos to Adams. Check back to second. Here comes the nod and the delivery. This one will be just a bit inside for ball 3. Ball 2.
What's Brooke thinking just down there?
So the count now in favorable for Logan Adams, the batter, who's been red hot to start the season. He will strike this one foul, though, and the count will now go with 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count now to Logan Adams. Cienfuegos will look in for his sign. He will gather at the waist. Now he will deliver on the 3-2. This will be strike 3 called. Logan Adams was ready to take his base there, and instead he will be down looking, and there are now 2 away. That'll be the first strikeout for Cienfuegos, and this will bring up now Ryan Stacy, the center fielder.
Antonio, number 36, Ryan Stacy.
Ryan Stacy in the previous game was 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch twice. This pitch misses here. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Stacy had an RBI single back in the first with 2 outs, so he'll be looking to continue that trend here again today. He could drive in 2, though, with the runner in second and third. Here comes the delivery to him. He'll look at a fastball here, catches the inside of the plate for strike 1, 1-1 the count. Logan Adams was struck by a pitch in back-to-back at-bats. He also was walked as well. So he reached base 4 times yesterday, but only 1 hit. Here comes the delivery. This one will be foul, tipped straight back. The count now at 1-2. Cienfuego will look in for his sign. And he will gather for the 1-2 pitch here to Stacy and try to get out of this inning with runner at second, third. A big cut on in there and missed, and Stacy will go down swinging. So, into this inning, there was no runs scored on the 1 hit, the 1 error, and 2 men left on base. Barrett Bellany will come back out for his second inning of work here to face the Green Giants against Matt Phipps, Gibson Krasminski, and Harrison Jones. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. I'll be right back. So Barrett Bellany will step back out, the Wright State attendee, entering his final season there. Due up now for the Giants in the top of the second inning as we are tied at 0-0. Matt Phipps, the catcher. Gibson Krasminski, the third baseman, and then Harrison Jones, the first baseman, or the 4, 5, 6 hitters if you prefer. Phipps did appear in the previous game. He came in defensively and then, of course, then came in for the at-bat. He was 0 for 1 yesterday after he replaced Alex Crump, the starting catcher. Only 1 at-bat for Phipps. Phipps from Dublin, Ohio. Attends Allen County Community College, entering his second season there. In college, he had 45 games where he hit .343 with 21 RBIs, 8 doubles, and an on-base percentage of .423. Barrett Bellany will deliver. This will be just a little bit low for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Again, Phipps came in as a defensive replacement and then, of course, took the at-bat in the catcher's spot there. Fastball catches the inside of the plate there. Strike 1, the count evens up at 1-1. Bellany recorded a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning, including a strikeout of the designated hitter, Duluck. Catching the inside plate of the again here. Strike 2, now the count 1-2 called. This is Bellany's second start of the year. He went 3 innings in his previous one. He'll be looking to continue that here. Swung on and missed there by Phipps, and he will go down swinging the second strikeout of the game here for Bellany, and there is 1 away. 1 up, 1 down as Harrison Jones, the first baseman, will step in. Harrison Jones was 1 for 4 yesterday with a double in the 9th that eventually set up a sacrifice RBI ground out for Mitch Morales. The final run of the game scored for either side. Final score yesterday was 10 for 4. Bellany will deliver. This will catch the plate there. Strike 1, 0-1 the count now here quickly to Gibson. Gibson Krasminski. Krasminski, a switch-hitting outfielder, standing at 6 feet tall. Attends Iowa Western. As this one catches the plate on the outside again. Strike 2. 0-2 now the count quickly here to Krasminski. He had 34 appearances this past season for college. Hitting .312 as here comes the 0-2 delivery. This one will just be foul tipped, and the count will remain at 1-2. Krasminski threw the bat at that one to just stay alive. For Krasinski, 34 appearances, hitting .312, 22 RBIs, 8 doubles, and an on-base percentage of .460. Here comes the delivery to him, just a little bit low, missing ball 1. 1-2 now the count. Bellany will gather. He will set and deliver on the 1-2. This will be swung on, popped back, past the third base dugout, and go out of play. So the count now still 1-2, with 1 out, nobody on. Bellany will gather and deliver, just missing ever so slightly on the outside. 2-2 now the count. Krasinski wearing number 23. Mariners in their home whites with the blue and green stripes going from about their rib cage, sternum area down to their waist. White pants, blue socks, and their home blue caps with the green bill. Bellany will gather for the 2-2 again. He will set, deliver. And this one will be fouled back to the protective netting, and 2-2 again will be the count. It is a hot one here today in Salina, Ohio, live from Montgomery Field. The weather currently is 94 degrees, partly cloudy. Feels like 100 out there, folks. It is now low in the turf here from Bellany. Ball 3, the count is full. Humidity at 43%. A slight breeze coming out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour. And it's going to be about that hot all game. This one will be fouled out of play again, so we will go again on the 3-2. Krasinski doing a great job of fouling some pitches off, staying alive, working the count. He has a full count now at 3-2. Chance to try to get a 1-out base runner here for the Green Giants and get something rolling. The score is 0-0. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit off the bat into center field. It will be caught, though, there by the center fielder and Ryan Stacy. And there's one away on the F8.
2 going and nobody on.
2 up, 2 down. Harrison Jones now will come up, the first baseman. He started on first base yesterday as well. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. Harrison Jones, the first baseman from Scottsdale, Arizona, as he fouls this one down the third baseline as it bounces off the fence near the third base dugout where the Green Giants sit. Mariners are below me here in the first base dugout. My spot is halfway between first base and home plate on the first base line. High fastball here missing, count 1-2. The visitors' dugout is on the third base side, and their respective bullpens down the line as well. This one struck well but goes out of play. 1-2 the count remains. Harrison Jones from Scottsdale, Arizona, attends Paradise Valley. He'll be entering his second year there. Had 54 games for Paradise Valley, hitting a .289 percentage. Missing here, 2-2 now the count. Hitting .289 with 37 RBIs, 6 home runs, and an on-base percentage of .333. A big swing on and miss there. Harrison Jones will go down swinging, the second strikeout of the inning, third on the game, and the Green Giants will go down in order. That will bring back out Miguel Cienfuegos, trying to have a better inning than he did in the previous one. Didn't give up any runs, but had to work to get a couple of outs, get his outs. Due up for the Mariners, it'll be Justin Diaz, Hayden Cart, and Tyson Hayes, the catcher. You're listening to Mariners baseball right here on YouTube as they enjoy a 0-0 tie right now on a hot one. Thank you for listening. I'll be right back. So Cienfuegos will step back out onto the mound to go for the second inning of work. He will be going up against Justin Diaz, Hayden Cart, and Tyson Hayes. Justin Diaz starting at second base today. He was 2 for 4 yesterday, including a home run. It was a solo shot in the 4th inning. It was his first hit of the season, was that solo shot. Then he had a single as well in the 7th. He stole a base back in the 7th as well. He also walked in the 8th. He was officially, though, 2 for 4 on the day with that walk as well. Cienfuegos did start on the mound, or actually started as the designated hitter for the Giants the other day. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, and he struck out 3 times. Justin Diaz will now come up from Chicago, Illinois. He attends Illinois State. And he'll be looking to get something going here in the second inning, at the bottom of the second inning, as we are tied at 0-0. Hello, I'm Donovan Mann, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners. Diaz did not have an appearance for Illinois State this past season. He'll be entering his 2nd season as he steps into the right-handed batting box. And here comes the delivery. This one will be hit off the bat pretty well into center field and will knock it down for a hit, as running over and making the catch will be Cole. And so on the first pitch, Diaz will go down. This will now bring up the left fielder, Hayden Cart, from Grove City. He attends Charleston. He'll be entering his 2nd season. He was a sports business major from Grove City High as well. In college, he had 42 appearances with 34 starts, hitting .336 with 32 RBIs, 6 home runs, and 6 doubles. In high school, he was a 2-year starter, as he looks at a knee-high fastball here for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Hayden Cart was 2-year starter in high school, hit .408, was a first-team All-State and All-District. Knee-high fastball looked a little bit low, but they'll call it a strike, and now he is down in the hole, 0-2. Oh, and 2 now the count here. This one swung on and fouled past us here on the first base dugout and out of play. So the Mariners will go again with Hayden Cart, and 0-2 the count to him still after that foul off. Get you some score updates from around the league here in just a second. But the count is 0-2, Cienfuegos to Cart. Cienfuegos will deliver. He's a lefty. This one will be hit well into right field, but will have too much air under it and not enough carry, and he will go down on an F9. It's just too high. Tyson Hayes, the catcher, will now come up. Did not play in the previous game. Tyson Hayes on the year, batting .125. He got his first hit against Lima from Aurora, Colorado, attends Illinois State as well. 2nd year there, will be entering construction management major. He attended Grandview High. Knee-high fastball here, strike 1. For high school, he was a 2-year starter, hitting .471 with a .627 on-base percentage as a senior. This one will be cracked off the bat, pop straight up, and will go out of play. Actually just landed right above me, bounced a couple times, and then rolled off the ceiling of my press box here. You probably might have been able to hear it in my microphone maybe. So with 2 out, nobody on, Hayden Cart will remain with an 0-2 count now. Here comes the delivery to him. This will be high, ball 1, 1-2 now the count. Some scores from around the league, maybe just a second. The league website is running a little bit slow. Here comes the delivery on the 1-2. He'll cut on and miss to complete the strikeout. The catcher will throw down to first base. And 3 up, 3 down for the Mariners. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base. We will now head to the top of the 3rd. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Due up for the Giants to face Bear Bellany in his 3rd inning of work. It'll be Brady Dorn, Mitchell Morales, and David Cole, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. 0-0 here, Donovan Mann. Be right back. You're listening to Mariners Baseball here on YouTube. Welcome back out to Montgomery Field. Donovan Mann here, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners, getting ready to bring you now the top of the third. Due up here for the Green Giants, I should say, will be Brady Dorn, Mitchell Morales, and then center fielder David Cole. Mitchell Morales, or correction, Brady Dorn will come up now. Dorn wearing number 12. He'll swing on the first pitch, hit it right over to Justin Diaz, the second baseman, who fumbles with it a little bit, but does give it over to Evan Spry on the 4-3 assisted ground out. One away. Mitch Morales, who actually came into the game to replace Brady Dorn defensively and then hit the last at-bat, was 0 for 1 yesterday with an RBI on a sacrifice. So Mitch Morales getting his first start in this series. Morales wearing number 2 from Temecula, California, from Palomar was where he attends. He'll look at a ball 1 inside. 1-0 the count. Morales coming into this series, 9 doubles and an on-base percentage of .345. Here comes the 2-0 delivery from Bellany. This one will catch the inside of the plate there. Strike 1, 2-1 the count now here to Morales. Playing second base here today. So far, the Mariners have gotten them to go in order. Bunting here now down the third base line, and the throw will be over Spry. Wouldn't have got him out anyway, and so there will be a throwing there on the third baseman. So credit the single there with an error there that advanced the runner to second. It'll be an E5, the error. So that'll bring up David Cole, and so for the first time today, somebody will reach base for the Green Giants. That'll be their first hit of the game on the single, and then advancing on the error was Morales. David Cole, the center fielder, will now come up here with a runner in scoring position. Cole led off the game yesterday. He was 2 for 3 yesterday with a couple of singles. He reached on an error in the 8th, the only error committed by the Mariners yesterday, and that was in the 8th. He also stole a base as well in the 6th inning to David Cole. David Cole attends Central Michigan. He's from Southfield, Michigan. He'll be entering his final season, though, at Central Michigan. An exercise science major. For college, he had 48 appearances with 22 starts, hitting .224 with 17 RBIs. He attended Southfield High previously before attending Central Michigan. Check back to second by Bellany. Here comes the delivery, showing bunt, pulling it back. It'll be a knee-high fastball for strike number 1. 0-1 now the count here to Cole. Bellany, for the first time today, having to deal with a base runner, as he will now gather at the waist. He'll check back to second before delivering. This will be low and in the turf. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. 1-1 now count. Bellany to Cole. Here comes the delivery on the 1-1. This will be hit off the bat right to the second baseman. Justin Diaz running it down. And it will be ruled a base hit, though, as Diaz was not able to make a play. So a single there for David Cole, as Diaz was not able to get a throw off, but he did keep that from going into the outfield and probably scoring Mitchell Morales, who moved over to third base now on the hit. And now there are runners at the corners with only one away here. Bear Bellany trying to get out of this inning. We go back to the top of the order. 0 for 1 on the day is Carter Massey. Massey plays for Ontario Junior College with 54 games with .303 hitting percentage, 18 RBIs, 1 home run, 23 stolen bases with an on-base percentage of .381. Here comes the delivery. Tried to check his swing. Wouldn't have mattered. They called it a strike anyway. He did go around, though. So if they had appealed. 1 out. Men at the corners. 0-1 count. Strike called here. Another knee-high fastball catching the outside corner. 0-2 now the count quickly. Bellany will gather for the 0-2. Gets his sign. Checks back to first. And he will deliver. Runner off and going. This one will be fouled off straight towards us here. Possibly could have heard that one. Real life 3D effect just missed the protective fencing that protects our windows and screening here to hit the wood. And the count remains at 0-2. Bellany will gather. It's his sign. It is a hot one here. I mentioned it was 94 degrees. Sun beating down and the white fluff flying through the air, of which I grew up calling that summer snow. Comes off the trees here and it just floats around. Fouled off here again. The count remains at 0-2. Bellany will look in. Runners at the corners. 1 out. No score thus far in this game. Stepping on. Throw back to first. Not in time. Sliding back in safely will be David Cole. Carter Mossy, the batter, 0 for 1 on the day after he hit a weak one right over Chris Myers, who caught it with his glove to get the out. This will be strike 3 called. Mossy will fall to 0-2. It'll be the 4th strikeout of the game here for Bellany. And there are 2 away with runners still at the corner. Rodrigo DeLuck, the designated hitter, was the first strikeout victim to the Mariners here today. 0 for 1 on the day. DeLuck had 7 appearances for Rice, where he attends. He's from New York City. He attended Bronx High of Science. Here comes the delivery. This will be cut on and missed. 0-1 now the count. DeLuck had 1 start and 7 total appearances, 7 at-bats. He didn't register a hit, but he did get on base 22% of the time. Here comes the delivery to him, as this will miss. Ball 1, 1-1 now the count. Rodrigo DeLuck coming into the series. DeLuck was hitting .417 coming into this series with a .483 on base percentage, 4 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. He'll be looking to try to drive in a runner from third. On the 1-1 delivers, this one will be down in the turf. Keeping it in front of him will be Tyson Hayes. There are now 2 balls, 1 strike. Mariners trying to avoid allowing a run here in the 3rd inning. Score tied at 0. Here comes the delivery. Runner goes. Throw to second. In time. They've got him caught in the rundown. And the run does not score. And so they will catch David Cole trying to steal. So for St. Clair, there was no run scored, 2 hits picked up, the 1 error on the Mariners. 1 man left on base. We will now head to the bottom of the 3rd. You are listening to Mariners Baseball as they are tied 0-0 with the St. Clair Green Giants. Thank you for listening. Be right back. Returning back here to Montgomery Field, the score tied 0-0, courtesy of Justin Diaz, who had a heads-up play as being caught in a rundown was Cole trying to go from first to second. He got caught stealing. Justin Diaz tagged him out. But the runner from first in Mitchell Morales was heading home, and Justin Diaz turned on the jets to make sure that the runner did not get home before he got the out. And so the score will remain 0-0. Van Acker, the 9-hitter in third base, will now step up to get his first at-bat of the game to face here now the starting pitcher in Miguel Sanfuego, who had a 1-2-3 inning, including a strikeout in the previous 2nd inning. Van Acker will try to keep things going. He did not appear in the previous game, did Van Acker. This will be missing the plate a little bit high, ball 1. Van Acker wearing number 7, 333 hitting wise entering this game. He attends Alma College as he swings here and fouls this one off to go 1-1. At Alma College for Van Acker, he had 42 appearances, hitting 284 with a 370 on base percentage, 6 doubles or 6 stolen bases. This one will be hit, foul down the right field line, and out of play. 1-2 now the count. Van Acker had 16 doubles. High school, he attended Eaton Rapids. Van Acker now in the hole, 1-2. Here comes Cienfuegos' delivery. This will be low. No, they'll call it strike 3. That one looked low to me, but Van Acker will go down looking, and we'll head back to the top of the order. Evan Spry, 0 for 0 on the day. He reached on an error back in the first to lead off the inning for the Mariners in the first in the game for their at-bat. Well, it has gotten a little bit lower now as this game has entered the third inning. Here comes the delivery. This one will miss low. 1-1 now the count. Because that pitch to Van Acker, I'm telling you, looked pretty low. That struck him out, but they called him out looking. And here comes now the delivery to him. Misses the plate. The count now at 2-1. Cienfuegos will gather. He will come in, deliver the 2-1. Struck well. Hit, though, right to the shortstop, making the play and throwing him out at first. Dorn to Jones. And Spry, for the first time in the series, will not reach base on the 6-3 ground out. Jaron Lovely, now the right fielder, had a single back in the first to get the first hit of the game for the Mariners. Will now step in. 1 for 1 on the day. Looking to continue his work, try to get on base again. Jaron Lovely looks at ball 1 here, missing. Lovely was 2 for 9 entering this game, now 3 for 10. He takes a big cut on and miss there. Lovely from Slayersville, Kentucky, attends Marshall, where he's a cytotechnology major. For Marshall, he had 17 appearances with 1 start, hitting .250 with a .368 on base percentage. He cuts on this one, may have broke his bat a little bit there, and so 1-2 now the count as he fouled that one towards the third base dugout, and he'll grab a new piece of lumber. Grand Lake Mariners hold a 0-0 tie here in the bottom of the third with the St. Clair Green Giants. Cienfuegos started on the mound. He'll be in his third inning of work. Here trying to get the final out. He'll deliver this one, and Lovely will foul it off to stay alive. The count remains at 1-2. Umpire calls for more baseballs. He will get them here soon. 1-2 the count. Cienfuegos to Lovely. He will gather here on the 1-2. Struck well, but will go foul down the first base line. So the count remains at 1-2. Cienfuegos looks in. He will gather and deliver to Stacy, the 1-2. This one will be popped up, going down the left field line, and gets out of play towards the parking lot and the concession stand. So the count remains at 1-2. And Lovely doing a great job here of staying alive, trying to work the count now. He's down 1-2 in the count. Still nobody on. Green Giants have 2 total hits to just 1 hit for the Mariners. Both teams have committed an error here today. 2 outs, nobody on. Stacy Lovely trying to keep this going. Here comes the delivery on the 1-2. This will be a high fastball missing. Ball 1, 2-2 now the count. That one missed the zone real good. Seeing if he couldn't try to get him to chase the high heat, he did not. So the count evened up now. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. This will be, say, a dead ball error. Believe they ruled catcher's interference, and the catcher is trying to appeal appeal his case. And now the head coach manager for the runner now at first, Jaron Lovely on catcher's interference. That'll be Chris Myers, the Toledo man, coming up 0 for 1 on the day, grounding out to third. So with 2 outs, runner at first now. Jaron Lovely may try to steal. He does do that from time to time. He has 2 stolen bases on the year. And Cifuega will deliver. Strike 1 called as it catches at the plate at the knees. 0-1 now the count here to Myers. Again, Myers was 1 for 5 yesterday with an RBI single in the third. This one will be hit right to the second baseman and throwing him out at first. Morales to Jones, 4-3. So the catcher's interference turns out to be nothing in this inning. There were no runs scored on no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. We are tied still at nothing through 3 here from Montgomery Field. Mariners will now come out with Bear Bellany to try to defend in the top of the 4th. 2 up for the Green Giants will be Rodrigo DeLuck, Matthew Ornelia, and Matt Phipps. You are listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back out to Mariners Baseball. Just a correction on the scoring there. That was an error on the catcher's interference. No official at bat, but he does reach base safely. It was a plate appearance. So, there are now 2 errors on the Green Giants here as Rodrigo DeLuck, 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout back in the first, will step up. Bear Bellany will return to the mound for his 4th inning of work. He will deliver. This one will be struck very well into right field and will get down for a single to lead off this inning. So for the first time here today, the Green Giants will get their leadoff man aboard and bring up Matthew Ornelia. He was 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out back in the first. Ornelia playing right field here today. Ornelia standing at 5'11" from Vista, California, from Palomar College. 43 appearances there this past season. Hitting .327 with 28 RBIs. Here comes the delivery to him. Catch the outside of the plate on the corner there. Strike 1. 0-1 now the count here quickly to Ornelia. With a runner on first and DeLuck. DeLuck with 7 stolen bases on the year thus far. Knee-high fastball here catches the inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 now the count quickly, and Ornelia will have to try to work the count or go down. Bellany in a favorable count for the Mariners. They look to try to get back to 500 here today. They are down 3-4 below 500. This one will be foul tipped back to the protective netting that protects the fans in the stands there. The count remains at 0-2. Bellany will look in for his sign. Checks back to first. He will deliver the 0-2. This one will miss high. Might have been a pitch out there as the catcher very quickly in Hayes gets up. Looks to first, but smartly staying is Rodrigo DeLuck. Ball 1. 1-2 now the count. Again, DeLuck does like to steal when he gets the chance. He's got an opportunity now. He's not going on this pitch. Just misses a bit outside. 2-2 now the count as it evens up. Listen to the motorcycles in the distance. As they zoom by. Just going out for a Sunday drive. Strike 3 called. Catches the outside of the plate there. And there is now one away.
One away. Runner stays at first.
Runner stays at first, and Andrew DeLuck. And so coming up will be the cleanup hitter, Matt Phipps. The catcher struck out in his previous at-bat. 5 strikeouts for the day already for Barry Bellamy, and he will be looking to continue that trend as he delivers here. This one will be fouled, tipped back to the netting and the backstop. 0-1 now the count. Phipps again came into the game at a defensive replacement for the catcher last night. Catcher start 1 with 1 plate appearance in the 8th. 1-1 now the count. Deliver here. This one will be hit well. Right to Justin Diaz, who makes the catch and then throws back to first to get the double play. So 1, 2, 3 batters face here for Bellamy in this one. It'll be lined to fourth and then 2-3 to get the double play. So with nothing still on the scoreboard thus far, no runs scored on the 1 hit, no errors, no man left on base. Miguel Cienfuegos will step back out to the mound, the starting lefty. He will be facing Logan Adams, the designated hitter. Ryan Stacy and Justin Diaz due up for the Mariners. 0-0 there, tied here at Montgomery Field. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. So Justin Diaz with another great defensive play here in this one. He got a line out on Matt Phipps and then was able to get the double play throwing back to first. So you just saw it on the face of Rodrigo DeLuck after he saw that the line was caught. He just kind of stood there caught in the middle between first and second because he was on his way, and he just let him throw to first to get that final out. Miguel Cienfuegos will come out for his 4th inning of work. It'll be Logan Adams, designated hitter, Ryan Stacy, center fielder, and Justin Diaz due up. Logan Adams struck out looking his previous at-bat to Cienfuegos. Here comes the delivery to him. This one will be hit right into left field down the third base line, and that will be a single to lead off this inning for Logan Adams. That'll bring up Ryan Stacy, also struck out in his previous at-bat, the center fielder.
Nobody out, runner at first. The Mariners center fielder steps in the batter's box. He plays in the spring for the Roadrunners at the University of Texas.
Stacy yesterday was officially 1 for 2, but had 5 total plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and 5th inning, and then he walked in the 6th. The RBI single in the 1st yesterday. He's 0 for 1 here today, wearing number 36. Updates from some scores around the league here in a second, as we've got now a conversation here going on between the coach and the home plate umpire. Home plate umpire and the coach here for the for the Green Giants is having a conversation. He's, I guess, thinking that Logan Adams, because initially it was announced Andrew Loudermilk would be the designated hitter, but then they changed the lineup last minute, and we did announce, the PA announcer here, Wolfie, did announce that it was actually indeed Logan Adams. Low Fastball missing there. Ball 1-0 now the count. But I guess the coach did not catch the correction. I guess he's trying to find something. Score still tied here at nothing. Cienfuegos will gather and deliver. This will be low as well and in the turf for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. Logan Adams on first. Ryan Stacy at the plate with nobody out. Score update from around the league. In the top of the fifth, the Muskegon Clippers lead at home 5-2 over the Lake Erie Monarchs. As they gather here now for the 2-0 pitch. Cienfuegos will check back to first before delivering. This will be swung on and missed by Stacy. The count now at 2-1. In the bottom of the fourth, the Xenia Scouts trail 1-3 to the Hamilton Joes at home. Starting here in just a little bit, the Southern Ohio Copperheads and Licking County Settlers will be down in Athens. Irish Hill Leprechauns and Cincinnati Steam will also be playing later on today. This one will be fouled off here by Stacy, and he now has an evened up count at 2-2. Also later on today, the Muskegon Clippers and Lake Erie Monarchs will play a second game at a doubleheader, and the Saginaw Sugar Beets and Lima Locos will play in Lima as well. 0 for 1 on the day is Ryan Stacy. Here comes the 2-2 delivery to him. Down in the turf, gets away, and heading off to second base on the wild pitch there will be Logan Adams. Will not rule that a stolen base because he was not off and running on the wild pitch. Get you some updates from around the majors as well. As the count now 3-2 full here to Ryan Stacy. Here comes the payoff pitch. This will be fouled off the plate and back. Updates from around the majors now here. Indians beat the Twins 4-1. The Phillies currently lead in the middle of the 8th 9-5 over the Brewers in Milwaukee. Rockies hold a 7-6 lead over the Rangers in Texas. That is, here comes the delivery now, fouled off here to stay alive. The count is now 3-2 again. 7-6, the Rockies lead over the Rangers in the top of the 7th. Angels Athletics tied in Oakland at 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Red Sox in Seattle lead 5-1 over the Mariners in the bottom of the 4th. In the middle of the 5th, the Dodgers trailing to the Giants 4-1. And in the top of the 5th, the Diamondbacks have a 2-1 lead over the Mets. Check back here to second to Logan Adams before delivering the 3-2. And this will end up hitting Ryan Stacy on the arm. So it would have been a walk if it had not hit him. But he'll take his base with a little bit of pain. And so now 2 on with nobody out. Mariners will now bring up Justin Diaz. 0 for 1 in this game. Had a couple of great defensive plays, though. And Justin Diaz yesterday was 2 for 4 with a home run in the 4th and then a single and a stolen base in the 7th. Final some update scores from around the majors. Orioles beat the Marlins 10-4 in Baltimore. 8-6 Blue Jays beat the Nationals in Toronto. Braves beat the Padres in Atlanta 4-1. Reds beat the Pirates in Pittsburgh 8-6. Tampa Bay Rays. Now there's a meeting on the mound here going on between the coaching staff, between one of the coaching staff members and the team. The entire infield has come in. Umpire comes in and says, "Yo, y'all, break it up. Time to go. Get this game going. It's hot. We're all sweating. It's not comfortable conditions." Tampa Bay Rays beat the Yankees 3-1 in New York. Tigers beat the White Sox in Chicago 3-1, and then the Astros beat the Royals in Kansas City 7-4. 2 out, nobody on. Justin Diaz will come up after the meeting on the mound. Cienfuegos will stay on. Looks like there might be someone getting up in the bullpen, possibly for the Green Giants. Diaz batting right. 0 for 1 on the day. Had a home run in the last game as well as a single and a stolen base. Officially 2 for 4 yesterday. Here comes the delivery to him. Misses high outside. 1-0 the count. Nobody out. 2 men on. Mariners and Giants, Green Giants tied here Nobody up in the bullpen yet for the Green Giants. They're going to let Cienfuegos weather the storm here. So he will look back to second before delivering. This will be inside on the plate, catching it. Strike one, 1-1 now the count. After Justin Diaz, it'll be Hayden Cart, the left fielder. Flew out to right in his previous at-bat, 0 for 1 on the day. But first, showing bunt now, and this one will be popped up, caught by the catcher there. It was a decent bunting attempt there by Diaz, but he will pop it just a little bit too high. The catcher will make the catch on the P2.
1 out, 2 on.
So now there's 1 out,
Fielder
2 on, and that'll bring up Hayden Cart from University of Charleston. From Grove City, Ohio, attended Grove City High. For Charleston, he had 42 appearances with 34 starts, hitting .336. Check back here to Adams with 1 away. Double play ball could end it. Delivery now, this one will be tipped foul down the third base line. 0-1 now the count here to Cart, who's not had a fast start to this one. Yesterday he was 1 for 5 with an RBI single back in the 5th. He's not had a very quick start to this season, but still plenty of games to play for him to get things going, as we are only in the 8th game of 42-game season, plus any postseason the Mariners might look to try to get to. Here comes the delivery. This one will be fouled back off the bat and out of play. 0-2 now the count. Couldn't quite get the barrel of the bat to that one there, and so he will do a practice swing before stepping back in. He bats right. Cienfuegos has him down in the hole, 0-2, 1 out. Runner on first, and runner on second. Logan Adams on second. On first, it was Ryan Stacy. This one gets away, so runners will advance there. On the wild pitch. So now both runners in scoring position. Stacy on second, who was hit by a pitch. And then Hayden Cart will be looking to drive in Logan Adams from third, who moved over from second to third on the wild pitch. Here comes a delivery to Cart. This one will be fouled back. Count remains at 1-2. Only 1 out. So any sort of deep contact, even a fly out deep into the outfield, could drive in a run here. This will be swung on and missed by Cart, though. He will go down swinging, and there are now 2 away with 2 men on.
We have 2 outs.
Tyson Hayes, the catcher today, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in his previous at-bat. Did not appear in the first game of this series. Hayes wearing number 16 from Aurora, Colorado, 125 entering this series, 0 for 1 here today. Attends Illinois State, where he did not make an appearance this past year. Strike 1, catching the inside of the plate there on the corner. Ball, strike 1. 0-1 now the count here to Hayes. Has also had a slow start to the season compared to the other catcher on the roster, as he foul tips this one straight back to the backstop. 0-2, he is in the hole. To the count. Cienfuegos will gather and deliver. This one will be, looked like a check swing, but it'll tip off the bat and go out of play. Count remains at 0-2. Really looked like Hayes there was just trying to hold up and keep from swinging. Instead, it tipped off the bat because it was definitely a high fastball. Cienfuegos will deliver the 0-2. This one will be hit into right field, but foul down the first base line. 0-2, we stay. I'd like to send out a special happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there listening. I would love to sit here and say that my father is listening, but he is down in Myrtle Beach right now for the day. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Myrtle Beach is a couple hours drive down south into South Carolina. So I know he's enjoying the beach. I know you're not listening, but happy Father's Day, Dad. So now 0-2 the count here with 2 outs. Runner on second, runner on third. Cienfuegos will deliver a high fastball here to Tyson Hayes. It'll be ball 1, 1-2 now the count. Still scoreless here. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Mariners trying to break the score open, though, with 2 runners in scoring position. And a decent base hit here from Hayes would do just that as he looks at ball 1 missing outside. So the count evens up here at 2-2, and suddenly Hayes is doing a great job of working this count. He's fouled off some pitches. After going down quickly 0-2, he's looked at now 2 balls. Miguel Cienfuegos will deliver the 2-2. This one will be just inside. Count loads up. That one just missed the plate. 3-2 now the count as it is full. Runners, I got to imagine, will be going. Waving off the first pitch will be Cienfuegos. He'll agree with the second one. He will deliver the 3-2. This one will be hit right to the third baseman, who will throw it over to first and end the inning. So after working the count full, Cienfuegos will get Tyson Hayes down on a 5-3. Krasminski to Jones. Ground out assisted play. No runs scored on the 1 hit. No errors. 2 men left on base for the Mariners in this inning. Bear Bellamy will come out for his 5th inning of work. He's having a good one here, keeping it scoreless on a pitcher's duel here. Gibson, Krasminski, Harrison Jones, and Brady Dorn due up for the Green Giants. You are listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back. Gibson Krasminski will now lead off the top of the 5th for the Green Giants here. Hello, I'm Donovan Mann, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners for the summer of 2018. Bear Bellamy returns for his 5th inning work. It is a hot one here, 94 degrees in Salina, Ohio. Everybody's sweating, everybody's working in this heated 0-0 matchup between the 2nd and 3rd place teams in the Northern Division. Here comes the delivery to Gibson. 0 for 1, strike 1, catches the outside high corner of the plate. 0-1 now the count here to Krasminski, starting at 3rd base here today. Krasminski played in the previous matchup. He was 1 for 4 with a solo shot in the 3rd. Ball 1 missing here. 1-1 now the count. Got to imagine standing on that artificial turf out there with the black pellets, of course, absorbing all that heat from the sun. The infield is artificial here in Montgomery Field. I got to imagine that's getting pretty hot, roasting their cleats there and up to their feet. 1-2 now the count. The outfield is natural here. Here comes the delivery. This will miss here now. 2-2. There's a slight breeze if you check the flag back out in the center field. It's coming from the southwest, roughly. Not really enough to change the weather temperature-wise, just providing a little bit of refreshment. Thinks about going around, but holds up now. This one will miss high and outside. 3-2 now the count here, as it is loaded up here to Gibson Krasminski. Trying to be the 2nd batter for the 2nd inning in a row to lead off by reaching base for the Green Giants. This one will be fouled towards their 3rd base coach, who just barely gets out of the way. Might have actually hit him on the heel. Count remains at 3-2. time called here now. Krasminski not liking what he was seeing, so he'll call timeout, adjust his gloves a little bit before stepping back in. Batting left to face the right-handed batter. Bellamy will gather, set, deliver. This will be fouled back, and we will go again. Count remains at 3-2. No action going on in either bullpen yet for this match, as we are now in the 5th inning. Again, yesterday, starter for the Mariners, and Joshua Riggs went 7 innings, the deepest any pitcher has gone for the Mariners. Any game in this now young. Bellamy will gather, get his sign, set his grip, and here comes the payoff pitch. This one will be fouled, tipped back to the backstop, and we will remain at 3-2, and we shall go again. 3-2 the count. 0-0 your score. Krasminski leading off the inning here in the top of the 5th for the Giants. The Green Giants, of course, currently sit 2nd in the Northern Division behind the Lima Locos by half a game. This one will be fouled off down the first base line and get out of play. And so we will go again on the 3-2. A lengthy at-bat here for Gibson Krasminski, doing a great job of seeing the ball, fouling some off here just to try to stay alive. Bear Bellamy is going to have to work for this one. Here comes the delivery on the 3-2. This one will be hit into right field, and it will work for a base hit. A leadoff single there for Gibson Krasminski. And the Green Giants are in business. That'll bring up Harrison Jones, the first baseman. Struck out in his previous at-bat. For Harrison Jones, the first baseman, 0 for 1. Again, he started in the previous matchup as well between these two teams. He actually was the 5-hitter, 6-hitter. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the final inning. As he looks at ball 1, he strike 1 here, swinging. 0-1 the count. To Jones. Jones, of course, already mentioned, from Scottsdale, Arizona, attends Paradise Valley, where he'll be entering his 2nd season. Had 54 games played there, hitting .289 as he looks, delivers, cuts on and misses here, goes down to the count, 0-2. 0-2 the count here. Bellamy trying to get his first out of the inning with a runner at first. Score still tied at 0-0. Here comes the delivery. This will be missing, ball 1. 1-2 now the count. Bellamy only went 3 innings in his last appearance. Only gave up the 1 earned run and struck out 4 thus far today. He has struck out a total of 5 batters. Missing here again, ball 2, 2-2, and working the count. Here's Harrison Jones. Check in here for the sign for Bellamy. Look back to first, and now the delivery on the 2-2. This will be a knee-high fastball called strike 3, and Harrison Jones will go down looking to bring up Brady Dorn. Remaining at first will be Gibson Krasminski. Dorn 0 for 1 on the day. He started the previous matchup before being replaced by Morales, who will be the next batter. He went 0 for 3. Or correction, 1 for 3 with a single in the 7th. Now the umpires checking something. Not quite sure what's going on here on the field, though, but he is checking something with his card. Okay, we've had all sorts of some confusion here between the Green Giants side and the umpires here. At first it was with just the designated hitter spot when Logan Adams got replaced for a last-minute replacement that didn't even get relayed here to the press box. And this is Dorn, who started this game. He's still out there wearing number 12. Confirmation with my roster. He's out there. The Reddon Beach, California native since San Fran State. Business finance in his 3rd year there. Oh, the coach just got ejected here for something. So, don't know where he'll go. And he's still standing out right outside the field barking at the umpires. So, a 0-0 score here. The coach, manager for the Green Giants is now just got ejected, and he will have to walk off and walk away towards the parking lot to cool off. I don't know quite what was happening, but he wasn't happy. There's also, I believe, a player out there as well. So anyway, we will now get this at-bat going here. Dorn to Bear Bellamy to Brady Dorn. The runner goes, throwing his haze. He will be in time. The throw was not in time, so stolen base here, and now Green Giants unnecessarily riled up here because their coach got ejected. They've gotten like 2 times as loud. I actually think what might have happened was Harrison Jones, who was the player in the parking lot that we saw walking out there, he might have been ejected for arguing balls and strikes. He did go out, and then the coach got ejected as well. So possibly Harrison Jones got ejected. We're not quite sure. And now Damon Acker, the assistant coach, is going to go head to the... We'll confirm that here in just a second if we can. The assistant coach soon is Damon Acker. He will head out to the mound. The count now 2-0. They're going to have a conversation here. Bear Bellamy trying to get out of this here. So we'll find out who will replace Harrison Jones here in the lineup. He is 0 for 2 on the day. The meeting breaks up. The home plate umpire was about to head to break up the meeting anyway, but it has broken up by itself. And still in the parking lot, the coach is standing by or someone is standing by there in a Green Giants official uniform, barking stuff near the concession stand, not that far from the field. It's a bunch of heated tempers here. It's hot. Everybody gets grumpy when it gets hot. We are tied at 0-0. 2-0 the count here now. Bear Bellamy just trying to keep things going as he continues to stand out in the heat on the mound. Batter is Brady Dorn, 0 for 1 on the day. Check back here to second before the delivery. This will be low in the turf. Ball 3, 3-0 the count. Runner remains at second. Runner at second is Gibson Krasminski. Here comes the delivery. This will be just a little bit low. Ball 4. And so with nobody out, runner now on first and second to bring up Mitchell Morales, who had a single and then reached second on an error by the third baseman.
2 outs, 1 on. That'll bring up the second baseman of Palomar College, San Marcos, California. Mitchell.
There's 1 out. No, 2 men on. Standing in the right-hander's box is Mitchell Morales. 1 for 1 officially on the day. Also reached second on air. Here comes the delivery. Knee-high fastball called strike 1. 0-1 now the count here to Morales, who again replaced Brady Dorn in the previous matchup. He went 0 for 1 with a sacrifice RBI in the ninth. That was the last run scored by either side. Missing here. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Stepping back into the batter box will be Morales, the second baseman. Bellamy trying to get out of this inning. He's only registered one out, which was a strikeout that I believe ended up getting Harrison Jones ejected. Check back. Here comes the delivery. This will be low. Ball 2. 2-1 now the count. 2-1 the count. Bellamy dealing with a man on first, man on second with one out here in the top of the 5th. Breeze continues to slightly blow across the hot field. Here comes the gather, the check back. And time is now called here. Two for one the count. Throw back to second. Just to Diaz, who wasn't even covering. There was nobody on second, but he did throw back to Diaz just to keep the runner back at second. And now looking here from Bellamy on the 2-1. He will gather at the waist. He will deliver inside, ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Bellamy in serious danger of loading up the bases here. He'll have to throw a strike here to try to load up the count. With one out, though, there's a runner on first, runner on second, as Bellamy tries to stay from avoiding the bases loaded situation. He'll look in, he'll get his sign, he'll take his look back to second, and he will deliver the 3-1 low, and the bases are loaded after back-to-back walks and a leadoff single. Correction, the count was actually, now the count is full. That was actually just ball 3. I must have missed something there. And all that has gone on thus far here today. So now the count is full at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. This one will be hit well, but slicing out of play down the right field line. So the count remains full at 3-2 here to Mitch Morales. Morales wearing number 2, attends Palomar College, again 36 appearances with a .253 hitting percentage, 18 RBIs, 9 doubles, and a .345 on-base percentage. Here comes the delivery. This one will be fouled off, back and out of play. That one was really high, and he chased at a very high fastball. No business swinging at that one, but thought he might have been able to elevate it, which that's new age baseball right here, is trying to elevate that high fastball and get it out of play. That's what these young players are training themselves to do. But the count remains full at 3-2. Bellamy to Morales. Here in the 5th inning work, here comes the delivery. This one will miss inside, ball 4, and now the bases are loaded with back-to-back walks to bring up David Cole. That hooping and hollering you can hear through my crowd mic is just an absolutely ecstatic Green Giants lineup. And now it looks like we will have a move to the bullpen. Bear Bellamy's day is done. He is responsible for every man on base right now. He only got through this inning. He only got one out in this inning. He went 4 1/3. And we will now step aside. We'll get you his final numbers when they are available, as well as talk about the new pitcher. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. So the new pitcher on the mound here today, it is right-hander Jonah Jenkins. Just joined the team today, so he'll get a chance here to make some first impressions for the Mariners fans and the Mariners roster. So far, the book looks like this for Bear Bellany, who's responsible for mans on first, second, and third. He went 4 1/3 inning pitched, allowing 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 punch-outs. We'll get you his run total if and when there are any more runs scored and after this inning is over. For Jonah Jenkins, he stands at 6'1". He just finished his freshman season at Dartmouth. He's from Parker, Colorado. He attended high school at Chaparral. In high school, he was a 3-year letter winner. Served as a team captain as a junior and a senior. He was chosen as the MVP and pitcher of the year as a senior as well. We'll look at his full bio here. Get some stats on him here in just a second as well. Runners all over. Bases loaded. On third base. On third base it is Gibson. Krasminski led off with a single. This one will be a bunt. A throw over to second. Back to first. Can't make the play. It'll be just so. They'll get the 1 runner at second, and 2 runs will score. One of them will be earned as 1 scored on an error. So an RBI single. RBI fielder's choice correction. And also 1 run scores on the E3 there, the throwing error. So, or actually, sorry, the E4. So the second error as a big cut on and miss here by the leadoff hitter Carter Mossy, who now at bat, the RBI on the fielder's choice will go to David Cole. So the now score is now 2-0 in favor of the visitors. Runner at second, who is David Cole. Should have been a double play to end the inning, but there are now only 2 outs. This one struck out into right field and getting out of play. 4 hits for the visitors here today, 2 for the Mariners. 0-2 now, that count quickly here to Carter Mossy. As Jenkins, new guy to the team, tries to get himself out of this inning. He calls time, does Carter Mossy, and so he'll step off. Mossy's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout back in the 3rd, his previous at-bat. Jenkins will gather, look back to second, and deliver the 0-2. Swung on and missed. So the inning does end here after a very long inning in which some people were ejected, people got mad, it's hot, everybody's angry. 2 runs scored, 1 of which was unearned. There was only 1 hit in this inning, 1 struck, 1 left on base, and there was 1 error. So we will now head to the bottom of the 5th inning, see if the Mariners can respond. Due up for the Mariners, it will be Van Aker, this 9th hitter. They're back to the top of the order. Evan Spry and Jaron Lovely. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. I'll be right back. So after Jones was tossed, the catcher Phipps was moved to first base, and then Alex Crump will come in to catch as well. Van Aker will now come up. Miguel Cienfuego will come back up. By the way, for Bear Bellany, he gave up 2 runs. Only 1 will be earned, though, after the throwing error on the second baseman allowed the second one to reach. So here comes Van Aker. From Cienfuego, he will look at a knee-high fastball there for strike number 1. 0-1 now the count. Delivered, swung on and missed there by Aker. 0-2 now the count quickly. Here comes the 4 Aker, wearing number 7 from Eaton Rapids, Michigan. He swings at this one, pops it high into left field, and it will be caught there by the left fielder in Masi. And there's 1 away on the F7. So nobody on now, 1 out here. Evan Spry will now come back up. He is 0 for 1 on the day. He reached on an error back in the first. And again, he reached all 6 times he had a plate appearance. He was including 4 for 4 yesterday. Just to catch you up on the ejections, by the way, as the score is 2-0 in favor of the visiting Green Giants. Spry will foul this one back and out of play. Ejected was Harrison Jones for arguing balls and strikes. And also ejected for the Green Giants, as this is ball 1 missing. 1-1 now the count. Also ejected for the Green Giants was their skipper, the manager, David Cooper. So 1-1 now the count here to Spry. 0 for 1 on the day, reached on an error. Gives you some updates from some score around the league here. He delivers, though, to Cienfuego, the lefty. This one's fouled off, out of play again. Count will go to 1-2. Top of the 7th, the Muskegon Clippers have a 7-4 lead over the Lake Erie Monarchs. Xenia Clippers have a 4-3 lead at home, or Xenia Scouts have a 4-3 lead over the Hamilton Joes. 2-1 Southern Ohio Copperheads have a lead, as this one's outside, missing ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Southern Ohio Copperheads have a 2-1 lead at home over the Licking County Settlers. And that's all the games going on in the Great Lakes Summer League right now. This will be swung on and missed here by Spry, and they're now 2 away. Mariners cannot seem to find the heat in their bats that they had yesterday. And this will bring up Jaron Lovely, a number 2 hitter. 1 for 1 on the day officially. In the 3rd inning, he got on base via the catcher's interference. He had a single in the 1st. We try to reach base again here with 2 outs, which is what he did in the previous inning. He had an at-bat, which was the 3rd. So here comes the delivery. This will be cut on and missed here by Lovely. As all suddenly, the patience from the Mariners' bats have also gone away. They're swinging at first pitches that are out of the zone, trying to make plays. This is only the 5th inning. There's still time. You're only down by 2. Just be patient as he looks here at the fastball outside. 1-1 now the count. I'd like to thank you all for listening here today as the 1-1 count delivered here hits Jaron Lovely. So he'll reach base for the 3rd time today on his 3rd plate appearance. Hit him right on the shoulder as he turned away. So now a runner on first with 2 away will bring up Chris Myers, 0 for 2 on the day, with a couple of ground outs in the 1st and then 3rd. Chris Myers was 1 for 5 with an RBI. Single back in the 3rd in the previous game. He is 1 for 7 on the series. Here comes the delivery. This will be inside. So 1-0 now the count. The count. Cienfuego to Myers. Here comes the delivery. Runner goes. Checking his swing, but I believe it was tipped. So heading back will be Jaron Lovely, because this one went right off the bat on the check swing from Myers. Fouled off, so the count is now 1-1. With 2 outs, Runner on first. Cienfuego trying to get through his 5th inning of work. Mariners trying to get on the board here as they trail 2-0 at home. Here comes the delivery from Cienfuego. This one will be hit right off the bat into right field. Stopping at second will be Jaron Lovely, and they're now 1 on first, 1 on second after the 2-out single there by Chris Myers. Logan Adams, who started this whole frustration towards the ump. And it looks like we're going to have an assistant coach head out to the mound to talk with the pitcher. Nobody up in the bullpen yet for the Green Giants. Logan Adams, 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 4th, will be coming up here to face Cienfuego. Looks like they might be sending someone out to go get ready in the bullpen here soon, because Cienfuego's day might be looking like it will be done soon. Logan Adams started the whole frustration for the management staff here for the Green Giants, because they thought that they were going to try to get the Mariners in trouble for submitting a wrong lineup, but it was a last-second change to put Logan Adams at the DH instead of Andrew Loudermilk, who was initially there in the previous submitted lineup. But he now is the designated hitter. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a single. We'll be looking to try to keep this inning going here, as Cienfuego will deliver to him on the first pitch. This one will be popped up and out of play behind the first base dugout. 0-1 now the count here to Adams. Looks like a catcher and a pitcher are getting up in the bullpen for the Green Giants. I cannot see who it is. Looks like it is number 24, throwing runner. Throwback here to second, getting just in time will be... it was just in time was Jaron Lovely. Number 24, Marcus Christie, is up throwing in the bullpen for the Green Giants. 0-1 the count here. Cienfuego checks back to second before delivering the 0-1. Bounces out in front of the turf. Blocked there by Crump, who came in after Phipps got moved to first. Crump came in to catch because Harrison Jones got tossed for arguing balls and strikes. 1-1 now the count here. Cienfuego to Adams. Adams, again 1 for 2 on the day. He also was the starting catcher. This one is hit well into right field, slicing foul, and will get out of play. So 1-2 now the count. Logan Adams yesterday was 1 for 2 with 5 total plate appearances. He was walked in the first, had that single in the 5th, and then was hit by a pitch in the 6th, walked in the 7th. So he was a busy man yesterday on the bases. He'll be trying to get back on base for the 2nd straight appearance here in the bottom of the 5th. Score 2-0 in favor of the Giants. Check back here. Throw back to second. Sliding in and getting in time will be Jaron Lovely, who's getting a very big lead off. It is just beating these 2 throwbacks. Cienfuego will step on again. He is facing Adams, the designated hitter for the day. Delivers to him. This one will be fouled. And they will... Pitcher thought he was going to get out of the inning there. One bounced just barely straight down. 1-2 is the count. Pitcher thought he was going to get himself out of the inning, complete this 5th inning, but instead, Adams will stay. Might have gone straight off his foot. 1-2 now the count. Check back here to second, and the delivery from Cienfuego is a high fastball, not chasing. As Adams, the count evens up now at 2-2. Adams would love to try to answer here. These 2 runs, he can at least score possibly 1 with a nice base hit, or he could load the bases. Mariners want to try to respond to the 2 spot put in the top of this 5th inning. As Cienfuego will deliver the 2-2. This one is hit well into right field. It will get down, and that will come around third here. Jaron Lovely will score. He is safe. His hand just barely caught home plate, though. The throw was a nice throw to the catcher, Crump, from right field, but just scraping home plate. Jaron Lovely will score. It's an RBI single for Adams, and the lead is cut in half. Runners now on the corners to bring up Ryan Stacy. 0 for 1 on the day, with hit by pitch in the 4th. struck out in the first. Also advancing to third will be Chris Myers on the play. That he'll look at a fastball high outside. Strike or ball one. 1-0 the count. Still 2 outs. Runners at the corners for the Mariners now. Throw back to first. Not with a super leadoff, though. It's Adams. He will just walk back in, not having to slide at all. But Cienfuegos wanted to make sure that Adams stays placed. Adams did advance in his previous appearance on a wild pitch. Cienfuegos looks back to first before delivering the 1-0, and now it'll be 2-0 as he misses with that one. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Mariners trailing 2-1 here at home. As the clouds start to cover the sun, you can almost feel a cooling effect by that. Even here in the press box, there's no air conditioning in this press box yet. This one is hit well into right field, running and making the play. Not able to. It will get down at the plate, so we are now at a 3-2 ball game with a 2-out, 2 RBI double there by Ryan Stacy. I lost track of that one heading into center field, right center field, because there's a post in my way, but it did get down at the fence. Logan Adams will get a 2-out, 2 RBI double, and the Mariners have a 3-2 lead. Correction, that was Ryan Stacy's. Logan Adams and Chris Myers scoring on that play. And now we will have a move to the bullpen here, and they have chased Miguel Cienfuegos out of this game with only 4 2/3 innings pitched. He is responsible for the man on first, or man on second, correction. But Justin Diaz due up here for the Mariners. And we'll talk about the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. So the new pitcher on the mound for the Mariners, number 24, Marcus Christie, 1-for-0 on the year. He has not allowed a run thus far in his 6 innings pitched. Had 1 start previously. He's from Mesa, Arizona. He attends Yavapai College, where he had 10 games with 1 start, going 1-0 with 22 1/3. Justin Diaz now steps in. Cienfuegos responsible for Stacy on second. And a throw back to second here, not in time, diving in safely into almost the leg there of second baseman in Morales. So Diaz 0-for-2 on the day with a couple of air ball outs. Pop ball to second on a bunt, which was a very high bunt to the catcher in the 4th, and then he flew out to center in the 2nd. Checks his swing, and the count now is 1-1, or 1-0. Miguel Cienfuegos went 4 2/3 innings, allowing 4 hits. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 5. The book is not closed on him. Right now, he's given up 3 runs, all of them earned. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit well by Justin Diaz into left field, and rounding third, coming home will be Ryan Stacy. He will score, and Diaz will head into second with a 2-out RBI double. No, he will be thrown out. He tried to stretch a single into the double, and now he's clutching his arm a little bit. The run does count, though. So it would be an RBI single there for Diaz. He tried to stretch out that single into a double, though. 4-2 lead now in favor of the Mariners, and they now have 6 hits, and they've taken back on top. And that dugout in the Green Giants that was riled up after their coach got thrown out is now looking a little bit blue, are the Green Giants. 4-2 the lead here after Cienfuegos allows 4 runs, all of them earned. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. I'll be right back. Jonah Jenkins coming out for his 2nd inning of work here from Montgomery Field. It will be due up Rodrigo DeLuck, Matthew Ornelia, and Matt Phipps. Rodrigo DeLuck 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 4th. Mariners put up a 4 spot to respond to the 2 spot in the top of the 5th inning. In the bottom of the 5th, they scored 4. Knee-high fastball just missing outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Green Giants, they were all fired up. Of course, trying to rally behind their manager and player that got thrown out. Knee-high strike on the fastball there. 1-1 now the count. So they scored 2 runs in that. But then the Mariners rallied to bring it up 4-2, and they will now try to hold this lead in the top of the 6th. 1-1 delivery. This one will be hit off the bat. Deep to left center. Making the catch, though, will be the left fielder, Hayden Cart. It was a solid hit ball, just shy of the fence. Hayden Cart will get the out. Matthew Ornelia, 0 for 2, will now step in, the right fielder. With 1 out, nobody on. Ornelia will try to get something going, 0 for 2. On the game. He's also 0 for 6 in the series as he hits this one into the gap past Justin Diaz, the second baseman. So he will have a single here with 1 out. He'll get his first hit of the series and bring up Matt Phipps, who is now playing first base. He started the day at catcher, but when Harrison Jones, the first baseman, got thrown out, he got moved to first. He is 0 for 2. He grounded it. He lined into a double play that was caught by Justin Diaz and then threw out DeLuck back in the 4th. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. Jenkins with a man on first will gather at the neck and deliver a fastball on the outside here. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1 the count. Here comes the gather by Jenkins. A throwback to first. Caught there by Spry. Was a little bit high at Spry's left shoulder. But Spry with the quick glove made sure that one stayed put. The count 0-1 here to Phipps, the first baseman. Here comes the delivery. Runner starts to go but then holds up. This one's low and in the turf. Blocked there brilliantly by Hayes, the catcher. Count evens up at 1-1. The ball went off of Hayes' chest guard. It rounded behind the batter in Phipps, but Hayes chased it down and made sure the runner stayed put. This one will be fouled off past the third base, or towards the third base dugout. Count now at 1-2. Jenkins has got a favorable count here to Phipps. With a runner on first, the score 4-2 here. Mariners leading here in the top of the 6th. Throw back to first. A very high throw. What a catch there, though, by Spry to make that jump up and get there. To make sure that one didn't get past him and allow the runner to advance to second. Gather now. Here comes the delivery. Runner goes in the turf, and the throw will be to Diaz, and it will get him. Ornelia caught stealing there on that play, and there are now 2 away. He tried to make it work, but it was a brilliant throw there by Hayes to catch him stealing. And you know what? Hayes' bat hasn't been all that this season, but you really, for catchers, it's more about their defense, and Hayes flashed his throwing ability right there. And now there's nobody on with 2 outs and a 1-2 count here to Phipp. Here comes the throw down to Phipp that caught Ornelia stealing, was low in the dirt. This one will be hit right towards shortstop Chris Myers, who will gather it, throw it over to Spry at the first base, and 3 up, 3 down despite the hit because Ornelia was caught stealing. On the 6-3, no runners score on the 1 hit, nobody left on base, no errors. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. They enjoy a 4-2 lead as Marcus Christie will come out for his first real inning of work. He got the last out in the previous inning. In the bottom of the 6th, Hayden Cart, Tyson Hayes, Van Acker will be due up. You're listening to Mariners Baseball, 4-2 lead for them right here on YouTube. Back out at Montgomery Field. It's a hot one here today. Tempers flared earlier, including a couple of ejections for the visiting Green Giants. 4-2 your score. Mariners now leading. All the runs coming in the 5th inning. Now we are at the bottom of the 6th. Hayden Cart, Tyson Hayes, and Van Acker due up. All of them are 0 for 2 on the day. Hayden Cart will step in, the left fielder. Made a brilliant catch on a deep ball, though. The previous inning, Christie out for his 2nd appearance here in the day. He got the last out in the 5th inning after the Mariners chased out. After the Mariners chased off the starter Cienfuego. 2-0 now. Cart is up in the count favorably. Here comes the 2-0 delivery. This one will miss inside at the belt. Ball 3, 3-0. Cart wants to get his first appearance. He's going to get here the strike to look at. It will just catch the high corner of the plate. 3-1 now the count. When it's a 3-0 count, sometimes pitchers will get that call. And a big swung on and miss there from Cart might have been ball 4, but now the count loads up at 3-2. Christie delivers the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and missed there by Cart. It was low, should not have swung at that, but he'll go down swinging for the 2nd time today. Cart not off to the start he wants to be at in this year, but he'll find it this early in the season. Tyson Hayes, the catcher, wearing number 16, also 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. He'll face Christie for the first time today. This is a low fastball, looked below the knees to me, but strike 1 called. 0-1 now, the count. Christie to Hayes. Here comes the delivery. Nobody on, 1 out. This one is definitely low. Ball 1, 1-1 now the count. Hayes trying to reach for the first time in this series. Did not play in the last one. This will be swung right to the 3rd baseman, though. It'll be tipped. Thrown to first. Picking that one out was the first baseman in Phipps. So it went Krasminski to Phipps. And there is 2 away now here on the 5-3 assisted ground out. Van Acker 0 for 2, went out looking in the 3rd inning and then flew out to center, right, left. So flew out to left. And he'll look here at ball 1. 1-0 the count. This one will be struck right to the 3rd baseman, making the play. Krasminski to Phipps, and And 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the bottom of the sixth. They still lead though 4-2 as we now head to the seventh inning in the last the last third of baseball here. Due up for the Giants will be Gibson Krasminski, Alex Crump, and Brady Dorn to face Jonah Jenkins in his third inning of work. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back out to Mariners Baseball, live from Montgomery Field, the home for the Grand Lake Mariners here in Salina, Ohio. Clouds have started to roll in, but the sun still shines over this field. So Mariners enjoy a 4-2 lead over the visiting Green Giants of St. Clair. Due up here for the Green Giants, it will be Gibson Krasminski. I would assume Alex Crump, who came in to the catcher spot after Matt Phipps got moved over to first, so I would assume he'd be batting for Harrison Jones, ejected in this game. And then Brady Dorn will be due up after that. Krasminski, 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the fifth, also scored. He looks at a knee-high fastball called there. Strike one, 0-1 the count. Jonah Jenkins got the last 2 outs in the fifth inning for the Mariners. Here comes the delivery. Catches the outside of the knees there. Strike two, 0-2 now. Jonah Jenkins coming out and doing a great job of throwing strikes so far. He's already got 1 strikeout to his name. Here comes the delivery. This will be cracked off the bat, well, into right field, and that'll get down for a leadoff single. Alex Crump now steps into the box, not having a plate appearance in this one, as he just now gets his first one. But in the previous matchup, he started at catcher. He was 0 for 2 in his only 2 appearances. Man on first, nobody out. Crump will step in. Alex Crump, 176 entering this series, sitting at 5'10", right-handed catcher from Grand Rapids, Michigan, attends Kellogg. 47 appearances at Kellogg, hitting .293 with 42 RBIs, 2 home runs, and 10 stolen bases. Jenkins will look in, the Dartmouth attendee. He will deliver the first pitch to Crump. This one will be a foul tipped, go back to the catcher, thrown over to second for 1, and they will not get the double play. It was a check swing that went right back to Jenkins. So on the fielder's choice, 1 away. Runner at first is Crump. 0 for 1 is the shortstop Brady Dorn. He walked in the fifth. He'll be looking to try to move over here and not possibly ground into an ending double play. Would be the worst case scenario, but he just want to continue the inning. This will be a knee-high fastball, catches the inside corner there. Ball. Strike 1. 0 for 1 the count here. Jenkins to Dorn, who is 0 for 1 in this game. He'll be looking here for his first plate appearance, missing inside there. Ball 1, 1-1 now the count. Jenkins gathers. He will throw back to first. Almost gets away from Spry, who had to come off the bag to get that one. And if I'm the coaching staff for the Mariners, I almost don't want Jenkins to throw back. That is the third one that Spry has had to make a good play on there to keep from getting away from him. Here comes the delivery. Checks his swing. They will say he did not go. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. 2-1 the count here to Dorn from Jenkins. Jenkins will gather at the face, and he will deliver the 2-1. This will be hit right to Myers, who dives for it, rolls it over to Diaz at second. They will get the force out there, so the back-to-back fielder's choice is now Dorn is on first. Great play there by Myers, who just dove for it, putting his body on the line. Not having to worry about getting his uniform dirty, though, here, because this is not real dirt. This is turf. Rolled it over to Diaz to get the one out. And there are now 2 away with a runner on first in Brady Dorn. Mitchell Morales, 1 for 1 on the day, reached second on an error after getting a single in the third. He walked in the 5th. He'll be the 4th batter for Jenkins. On that pitch, missing there, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jenkins will gather and will deliver. This one will be foul tipped back. 1-1 the count evens up. Brady Dorn on the year, if you're curious about his wheels. Here comes the delivery on the 1-1, foul tipped back. Dorn has 1 stolen base thus far on the year, so he doesn't have a huge number, but he could still look to steal here. Not really a specialty. Foul back 2-2 now the count. Jenkins will gather with 2 outs, man on first. Here comes the delivery. This one will be foul tipped back and out of play, so we'll go again on a 2-2. Jenkins will look in for his sign. He'll be the gather. And the deliver. Low, ball 3. So the count is full now at 3-2. After a leadoff single by Krasminski, he was thrown out on a fielder's choice that came off the bat of Crump, and then Crump was thrown out at second off the bat of Dorn on a fielder's choice. Dorn is on first, 2 outs, man on. The score is 4-2 here in favor of the Mariners as they lead here in their home field, Montgomery Field. This one will be hit off the bat right to the third baseman. They will go for the force out at second to end the inning. On the 5-4 assisted ground out. 1 hit with no runs, no errors, no men left on base. You are listening to Mariners Baseball as they enjoy a 4-2 lead here at home. We will now head to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. There is a new pitcher on the mound now here for St. Clair. Wearing number 27, it'll be Stephen Butts on the mound now. Butts is a left-handed pitcher with a 2.70 ERA on the season and 5 appearances. In 6 2/3 innings pitched, he has struck out 7, hasn't issued a walk yet. He throws a fastball on the outside there. Strike 1. Christie has allowed 1 run in 1 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 1 as well. 1-1 now the count as this one misses. Here comes the delivery off the bat there of the leadoff hitter, Evan Spry. 0 for 3 on the day, or correction, 0 for 2 on the day. He reached on first on an error. Which is quite a change there from the 6 plate appearances and 6 safely reaching basing for Spry as he goes down swinging, his 2nd strikeout of the day, and the first one here for Butts. Here comes Jaron Lovely, the right fielder. Officially 1 for 1 on the day. He reached via a catcher's interference in the 3rd and was hit by a pitch in the 5th. He'll swing at this one, slice it foul. 0-1 the count now. Four to 2 your score. Mariners on top here at home in the bottom of the 7th. We are in our last 3 innings of baseball. Ducking out of the way there was Jaron Lovely as that one was heading in his cranial area. 1-1 now the count. Butts is from Glendale, Arizona. A little bit more on this pitcher here as it is now 2-1 as this one misses. He attends Arizona Christian. He'll be entering his last year there. Business administration major. He'll swing at this one. It will get into center field there past the diving second baseman. So 1 out single now here for Jaron Lovely. His 2nd hit of the day. He's officially 2 for 2 on the day. Chris Myers now 1 for 3 on the day with a single back, and the 5th will step in, the shortstop. A little bit more on Butts here. He had 22 appearances at Arizona Christian with 1 start, going 36 1/3 inning pitched, 3.72 ERA, 4-2 record, and 26 punchouts. He was a state champion as a senior at Northwest Christian High, where he attended for high school. Butts will now gather and deliver his lefty throw. Swinging there and missing will be Myers. 0 for 1. Myers will swing at this one. It'll roll foul down the first baseline, though. He'll go down in the hole 0-2. Butts already with his 6th appearance, the 5'10" lefty is. 6 2/3 innings pitched, now 7 full innings pitched, as he misses here with this one. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. 1 out, man on first is Chris Myers. Here comes the delivery. Throw here down to second, and not getting there in time. He will be caught stealing. Will be Jaron Lovely, and that was ball 2 to Myers, so the count is at 2-2. With 2 outs, Jaron Lovely gets caught stealing. Didn't have a good jump on that one. It was a very easy play there for Crump to throw him out by a mile. Here comes the delivery. This will be foul tip towards the first base dugout, and the count remains at 2-2. Stepping on the mound, and here comes the 2-2 delivery. This will be swung on and missed, and down goes swinging the 2nd strikeout of the inning. And Chris Myers will go to 1-4 on the day. Grand Lake have no runs on the 1 hit. Nobody left on base after Lovely was caught stealing, and no errors. So Jonah Jenkins will step back out onto the mound for the Mariners. He will be up against the Green Giants hitters in David Cole, Carter Mossy, and Rodrigo Duluck. We actually may have a call to the bullpen, and we will. We'll talk about the new pitcher when we come back here on YouTube. 4-2 lead for the Mariners. Do not touch that dial. I'll be right back. New pitcher on the mound for the Mariners. It'll be Tyler Lunicki, wearing number 1. Had one previous appearance on the year where he went 1 2/3 innings. He's from Wright State. He'll be entering his final season there from Naples, Florida. At Wright State this past season, had 5 appearances with 3 1/3 innings pitched, and he did not allow a run. Here's the book on Jonah Jenkins. He went 2 2/3. Didn't allow a run, allowed 2 hits, and struck out 1 without issuing a walk. Third pitcher now here for the Mariners. Be going up against David Cole, and then back to the top of the lineup, and Chris Mossy, Rodrigo DeLuck as well. So the center fielder, he is 1 for 2 on the day. He has an RBI. He grounded into an RBI fielder's choice back in the 5th, which scored the runs for, or 1 run for the Mariners. The other run went unearned as an E4 was issued on that one. He had a single back in the 3rd as well. So Cole batting right, wearing number 6 in the bottom of the order here, as Lunicki will gather and deliver. This is a bunt. Lunicki will run in, make the catch, and throw it over to Spry at first base. And so the bunting play does not work. Cole does not catch him off guard. 1-3 assisted ground out there, and there's 1 away. Carter Mossy at the top of the order now, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts to his name on the day. Mossy struck out to the 2 previous pitchers he has faced. And Lunicki will like to make it 3 for 3 here in the top of the 8th. He will deliver the first pitch. Strike 1 called there, catching the inside of the plate. As the count now 1-1, or 0-1. Here comes the 0-1, missing there low. Ball 1. Now the count is 1-1. The sun is slowly starting to disappear behind some clouds. There are some possible storms later on this week for the Mariners here in Salina. Swung on, tipped back here, 1-2. For the Mariners, they will not be back home again until 10 days from now. Or 10 days from Monday, I should say. 11 days from now. June 28th will be their next home game. They'll have 8 games on the road. This one's foul, popped up, and it'll get out of play. 1-2, the count remains. They'll be on a long road trip with a couple of days off on the 2 Mondays during that road trip. First one coming tomorrow. Here comes the gather from Lunicki. On the 1-2, he will step, and here comes the delivery. This one will be popped back and out of play on the first baseline again. Just to look at the schedule here coming up for the Mariners. On Tuesday, the Mariners will face the Irish Hill Leprechauns. As a big swung on and missed there, down goes swinging. And so Carter Mossy, he will go down on strikes to every pitcher he has faced in this game, which is all 3 pitchers that the Mariners have fielded. That'll bring up Rodrigo DeLuck with nobody on, 2 outs. We'll look up here now. Irish Hill Leprechauns for the next 2 games on the 19th and 20th. That is Tuesday and Wednesday for the Mariners. Then it'll be Hamilton Joes in Hamilton, Ohio for the next 2. Missing there, 1-0 now the count. That'll be the 21st, 22nd. Then the 23rd, 24th will be the Cincinnati Steam, a day off on Monday the 25th. And then the Richmond Jazz for the 26th and 27th. Swung on and missed there. Strike one, 1-1 now the count. And then they will return back home for 3 games on the 28th, 29th, and the 1st, with a day off in between there. Here comes the 1-1. Lunicky will gather and deliver. Just missing a bit inside. Ball 1. Ball 2. 2-2 now. 2-1 the count. With 2 outs, nobody on. 4-2 your score. Mariners have 7 hits to the visitors 6. This one is swung on here for strike 2. 2-2 now the count, as the batter is Roger DeLuck. And if he goes down, it'll be the 1-2-3 inning here for Lunicky. Here comes the delivery. Low. Ball 3, the count is full at 3-2. Lunicky will gather. Set. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. Struck off the bat well. Into center. Gets past the glove of Justin Diaz there in shallow center. And so a 2-out single there for DeLuck. The first hit issued here by Lunicky. Matthew O'Neillia, the right fielder, 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the 6th. He was caught stealing, though. He struck out looking in the 4th to the starter in Bellamy. With 2 out, man on first, Lunicky will step on, check back to first before gathering. He will deliver. This one will be low, ball 1. Lunicky attends Wright State. He attended South John Newman High School before that. He had some time down at a community college in Florida where he's from. Foul tipped back, 1-1 the count. So he transferred to Wright State. He says he transferred to Wright State because one of the coaches there knew one of the recruiters there knew one of the coaches at his community college. And so he transferred to Wright State, and it's said the winter this year was rough because it was his first Ohio winter that he had faced, and it's a little bit different than a Florida winter. And he said he was not used to that, as this one is high, a missing ball 2, 2-1 now the count. Said it was quite a change to him. And I said then he should try a Bowling Green winter when the wind is blowing at 20 miles per hour, there's snow falling, and no matter what direction, by the way, you're walking, as this one misses outside, ball 3. 3-1 now the count. No matter what direction you're walking in Bowling Green, the wind will always be right in your face. And he said he would not enjoy that. He'll step on now with a 3-1 count here to O'Neillia. Here comes the delivery. This will be swung on, popped high into left field. It'll go down the line, and running in and making the catch will be the left fielder and Cart on the F7. There are now the end of the top of the 8th. We will head to the bottom of the 8th and possibly the last chance at bat for the Mariners here today, as it will be Stephen Butts returning for the mound to face Logan Adams, the designated hitter, Ryan Stacy, center fielder, then Justin Diaz, the second baseman. You are listening to Mariners Baseball as they enjoy the 4-2 lead here at home. Do not touch that space bar, pause button, whatever, or close out the window. I will be right back. We are now in the bottom of the 8th. Logan Adams, designated hitter, 2 for 3 on the day with a single in the fourth and then an RBI single in the fifth. He will be up here to face Butts for the first time. Here comes the delivery. This will be hit well into right field. It'll be high, though, and will not get far enough. Losing it for a second, but then eventually making the play will be Ornelia, the right fielder. And there is one away. That on the F9, one pitch, double for him in the fifth. He'll look at a strike one there. It'll be 0-1. He'll slice there. 0-2 now. He is down on the count quickly. Butts will gather and deliver. This will be swung on and popped back and out of play. Count remains at 0-2. With one out, nobody on. 4-2 the lead for the Mariners. 7 hits for the Mariners today and 7 for the Green Giants, who will have a long trip back to Windsor after this one. Here comes the delivery. This will be down to the turf for ball 1, 1-2. Of course, that's Windsor, Ontario, up in Canada. They're just across the border. Practically Detroit to some people, they say, but it's a whole nother country when you cross that border. The 1-2 count. Butts here to Stacy. Here comes the delivery. This will be low into the turf, ball 2. I do believe I hear somebody up in the bullpen for the Mariners. We'll get confirmation on who that is. I cannot see because of a wall, but I'll have someone in the press box look for me. 2-2 is the count. It'll be number 12 for the Mariners up in the bullpen. Jordan Peck, as this one's hit pretty well into left field. It'll go into foul territory and get down. And not able to make the play, even though he was running for it, was left fielder and Mossy. So the count will remain at 2-2. And having to come from second because he was running fast was Stacy. He'll come back all the way across the infield to home and pick up his stick to get ready again on the 2-2. So that one was foul, hung up in fair territory for a while, but then did eventually go foul. If it had stayed in fair territory, he probably would have been caught out anyway because off and running was Mossy, the left fielder. Here comes the delivery. This will be low. Ball 3, and the count is full at 3-2. Stepping on the mound, Butts will deliver. Here comes the payoff pitch. Struck well into center field. It'll be a 2-out or 1-out base hit there for Ryan Stacy. He'll get the 1-out single to bring up Justin Diaz. 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single back in the fifth. Ryan Stacy now 2 for 3 on the day with a 2 RBI double back in the fifth and now the single in the eighth with 1 away. Diaz, though, the batter in the box now. As we have a meeting on the mound here. And there will be a new pitcher on the mound. It'll be number 32, Jorge Murillo. We'll talk about him when we come back. We'll step aside for a brief moment. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Jorge Murillo on the mound now for the Green Giants. After Stephen Butts only went 1 1/3 inning. He came on in the 7th and faced Evan Spry, Jaron Lovely, and Chris Myers. And he was only able to record the 1 out here in this inning. He allowed 2 hits, Didn't walk anybody. Also didn't and also only struck out one. Book is not close as him as he is responsible for Ryan Stacy. If Stacy were to score, that would be against him. Well, Jorge Morello now on the mound. Fourth pitcher of the day. Justin Diaz will be the first batter he faces. Morello attends Palomar. He had 4 appearances there. Or he has 4 appearances on this season, 16 appearances during college, and went 10 innings pitched. And a wild pitch here will allow Ryan Stacy to advance. No stolen base there. He was not off and running. Justin Diaz now up in the count, 1-0. Check back here, by the way. Right-hander is Morello, sidearm pitcher. Big cut on and miss there by Diaz. He'll go in the count now, 1-1. Officially, Morello does not have a record for the season. He went 8 innings in and so far 4 appearances with a 6.75 ERA. Struck out 6, walked 5. So he'll check back to second here and now he'll actually step off, as Ryan Stacy will just step back to first. It's not like Ryan Stacy was too far away from second, but he didn't like the way Stacy was moving. And now here comes the delivery. A big cut on and miss there from Diaz to go down to the count, 1-2. Stacy will head back to second. This could be the last time the Mariners bat today in the bottom of the 8th, if they can hold on to the lead in the 9th. Here comes the delivery. This will be low, and Crump will gather it up. And the count now, 2-2. Again, Diaz does have an RBI single to his name. That happened to the 5th. Other than that, he's 1 for 3. He got his first hit of the season in the previous game of this series yesterday on a solo shot deep to right that went off the scoreboard. Check back to second. He'll do a triple take before stepping off. He does not trust Ryan Stacy back there on second. Does Jorge Morello. He'll step back on. And deliver. This will be hit right into the gap. It'll go. I don't know if the third baseman thought the shortstop was going to get that, or the shortstop thought the first baseman would get that, and they both just kind of looked at it as it slowly rolled past them. And so that'll be a single there, with runners at the corners now, because Stacy did not want to run and get caught on that one. Hayden Cart now with only 1 away. Runners at the corners. A chance to drive in, get his first hit, and drive in a run. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Runner goes from second, and no throw from Crump because he'd rather check the runner at third and make sure the runner at third doesn't try to score on the throw. So in there with a stolen base will be Justin Diaz. On the count, by the way. 4-2 your score. Here comes the delivery. Sidearm pitch missing, though. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count with 1 out. Runner at second in Justin Diaz. Runner at third in Ryan Stacy. Justin Diaz with that stolen base. Check back, and here's the delivery. This will be a neat high fastball in there for strike 2. 1-2 now the count here with only 1 away. Hayden Cart just trying to avoid striking out for the 3rd time in a row, as he is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in the 6th. As he swings and misses, and he will strike out for the 3rd time in a row. Runners remain at second and third. They're now 2 away for Tyson Hayes, 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs in his previous at-bats. Hayes has not gotten off to a quick start in this one at all. He was hitting 125 coming into the day, and his average is only lowered as he looks at a knee-high fastball on the inside corner there for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Of course, with a catcher, you'd rather have them be great defensively and struggle at the plate. Again, of course, with any player, you'd love to have both, but humans are humans and they can't be perfect. So here comes the delivery. This will be swung on, foul back. 0-2 now the count here to Hayes. And Hayes with an opportunity to get a solid base hit here and drive in a couple runs if he can get good contact with the barrel of the bat. Hayes without an RBI to his name on the year as well. Rounding third and coming home will be Justin Diaz. He will score standing up. And a two RBI single there for Tyson Hayes. Gets his first couple of the game. And the lead now increases to 6-2, and we now have a pinch hitter for Van Aker. It'll be number 48, Jared Morello. So 0 for 3 will be Van Aker today on the mound. Morello entering this game. He was in the starting lineup, not yesterday, but I believe the last game against Lima. This will be a strike one as it hits called 0-1. Morello enters today 333 at the plate from St. Leo College. He's from Valley Falls, New York. A couple of RBIs on the season as well. He transferred from St. Joseph's to St. Leo previously. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Missing. Ball one. 1-1 now the count. As a sophomore at St. Joseph's, he hit 345 and was a second-team All-American. His high school was Hoosick Valley High, where he hit 591 as a senior, so he does have a good bat. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit well into right, going back to the fence, looking up. It is out of here! Say goodbye, bye to that one. Jared Morello will knock in a couple of runs there as the lead now increases to 8-2. A two-run shot there for Morello. 8-2, 11 hits for the Mariners here today, and they're increasing that lead here. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Evan Spry, who is 0 for 3 on the day with an E3, which allowed him to reach in the first on an error by the first baseman. Here comes the delivery. Missing outside, inside. Ball one. After we went through, as this one's hit well by Spry into right field, the inning will continue with a two-out single there by Spry to bring up Jared Lovely. 2 for 3 on the day officially. Actually, 2 for 2 on the day officially. He was reached on a catcher's interference in the third and was hit by a pitch in the fifth. He has a couple of singles in the first and seventh. But this game looked scoreless and looked like a great pitcher's duel going into through the fourth inning and through most of the fifth, and then 2 runs scored as this one misses here. Ball 1-0. 2 runs scored in the top of the fifth by the Green Giants, and then the Mariners responded with a 4 spot in the bottom of that inning, and now they've put a 4 spot here in the eighth as this one misses ball 2. And all these runs, by the way, coming with 2 outs for the Mariners, and their bats have heated up in the late going of this one, and they are looking to close it out. But first, there's a big cut on and miss here from Lovely down to make the count now 2-1. We'll have to close it out in the ninth, as I believe it'll be Jordan Peck continues to warm up in the bullpen on the first base side. It will not be a save opportunity anymore if Peck comes in. If it had remained 4-2, it would have been a save opportunity, as this one misses now 3-1 the count. Would have been a save opportunity. The Mariners have not had a save opportunity yet on the season, which, as the runner goes, and he'll be caught in a rundown, looks like will be, as now I believe it'll be the shortstop, if I'm not mistaken. Brady Dorn, yes, the shortstop will eventually get him on the tag out there after Evan Spry got caught in the rundown. So we will now head to the top half of inning number 9. It could be the end of the game. The score 8-2 in favor of the hometown Mariners. We got a new pitcher on the mound. It will be Jordan Peck. We'll talk more about him. Due up to face Peck will be Matt Phipps, Gibson Krasminski, and Alex Crump, provided there's no pinch hitting situations. You are listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. Hello, welcome out. We got a couple changes to let you know about. Jordan Peck is now on the mound to try to close this one out for the Mariners. So not a safe situation as the lead is 8-2 for the Mariners. Jordan Peck 1-for-0 on the year, not allowing a run in his first 3 innings pitched. This is his second appearance from Charleston. Charleston is where he attends. He's from Troy, Ohio. Also, defensive change to mention, Blake Crossing now on third base. Matt Phipps, the first baseman, 0-for-3 on the day. Looks at ball 1 there, 1-0 the count. Peck at Charleston will be entering his second season, as this one is strike 2 at the knee-high fastball. 16 games at Charleston with a 28 2/3 inning pitched with a 4.08 ERA. Here comes Peck to deliver. Low, ball 2, 2-1 the count. If this were to hold, Jonah Jenkins would walk away the winning pitcher. So how do you like that? Your first day with the team, and you'll become the winning pitcher, as this one is hit into mid left field. Running and coming in to make the catch will be Cart, and there are 1 away. Gibson Krasminski 2-for-3 with a couple of singles in the 5th and 7th. Krasminski has not had a bad day, nor has he really had a bad series. He did have the home run in the 3rd, which was his only hit in the last game. Hasn't had a terrible series. He just not a lot going for the Green Giants, as this one is popped high, going into foul territory on the third base side. Blake Crossing comes in, makes the catch. There are 2 away. Green Giants down to their last out for Alex Crump, who grounded into a fielder's choice in his only at-bat of this game. Actually, it'll be a pinch hitting situation. Number 20, Gianni Tomasi, will come in. So 0-for-1 was Alex Crump. Peck, he will deliver. This one will be foul tipped back. 0-1. By the way, for Lunicky, he went 1 inning pitched, as this one is low. Ball 1, 1-1 now the count. He went 1 inning with 1 hit and struck out 1, not allowing a walk or a run. Here comes the 1-1 from Peck. This will be cracked right to first baseman. Myers running in, flips it over to Peck, and that will end the game, with the Mariners walking away with an 8-2 victory here in this one. They had 12 hits to 7 to their opponents in the Green Giants. The 3-1 ground out ends this game, and the Mariners are back at 400. at 4-4. They are 4-0 at home. The winning pitcher here in this one will be Jonah Jenkins. 6-5, the record for the Green. Welcome back out to Montgomery Field. Mariners win this one 8-2 to go back to 500 on the year at 4-4. They are 4-0 here in the friendly confines of Montgomery Field. The winning pitcher here today will be Jonah Jenkins, who just joined the team. He went two and 2/3 inning. Did not allow a run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. Cienfuegos drops this one. He went 4 2/3 inning with all 4 runs go against him on 4 hits, 5 strikeouts. He did not issue a walk, though. Just did not have the run support to win this one. For the Mariners here, the player of the game will be Ryan Stacy. He was 2 for 3 on the day. He struck out in the first, and after that he reached on 3 straight appearances, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He gave the Mariners a lead, with a 2 RBI double with 2 outs in the 5th. They never looked back from there, and then also had a single in the 8th. Great job there by him to finish out, to bring the lead in. Great day from the plate for him. And of course, all the Mariners had a wonderful day as well. That'll just about conclude my broadcast here. But before I go, I would just like to send out a couple of thank yous. First, I would like to thank the entire Grand Lake Mariners staff for allowing me to broadcast their entire 42-game season. I would also like to thank Kevin McGowan, the GM of the Mariners, for signing me on for this internship here, allowing me to get this experience in broadcasting a full season for a team, getting better at my craft, getting my internship credit here. Thank you, Kevin. I would also like to thank my host family, as well as every other host family for the Mariners team this year, for opening up their homes, being so hospitable, providing some meals for us here for both the staff, the interns, and the players. Lastly, I would like to thank everybody involved around the league who makes each and every game happen for the Grand Lake Mariners here in the Great Lakes Summer League, including setting up traveling accommodations, providing locations to broadcast, tending to the fields, keeping book, and all that goes into making this season happen. Be sure to tune in for our next game, not on Monday, but it'll be on Tuesday. The Mariners will be on the road in Irish Hills for a couple. That game will start about 7:05. That'll be from Irish Hills at 7:05. We'll take the Leprechauns on there. Last, I'll have all the play-by-play here on YouTube. Once again, the final score here are your Grand Lake Mariners coming out on top over the Green Giants here by a final score here. Thank you for listening. Here on YouTube, I'm Donovan Mann, the voice of the Mariners. Have a wonderful day. Go Mariners.